Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I wanted to do a little short on what things you're going to have to keep in mind if you want to do some ballpoint pen art. And I'd like to do some lessons on this later, but just as a starter, you might think it's simpler than it is. And it can be simple. If you just want to get like any pen and start doodling, just do that. That's fine. If you want it to be able to last for a while and you want to be able to get different effects and shade, that's going to be harder. So if you're interested in doing that, I would say maybe not your regular. This is a good pen, but this one will clump a little bit. It writes pretty nice and it is pretty smooth. So you can kind of get grays a little bit with this, but you have to be more careful about the clumping, or else you'll just end up with like a blob here and there. Now, if that's what you want, then go for it. I would like to do my next project where I utilize blobs and that. The only thing is you want to make sure it's a pen you really, really do like that it is a good pen, because if you get just general pens, you'll see this is a good pen, so it's not going to show that, but this is just an example. You can usually see the ink. Don't get any that have a little yellow bit there. Like above the black, it shows yellow. That means it's a yellow base. You don't want that. Those tend to bleed later on. So you want something that's gonna have like maybe a blue base. If you notice anything that looks like water above the line of your ink, you're gonna want it a bluish tint than a yellowish tint. So that, and I would say get a pen that is 0.7. At least have one that's 0.7. That's nice and fine. And you're gonna need a smudge stick. This little one, I love them with charcoal, although I really like using just my fingers for charcoal a lot too. But you can see that's just from ink, but it does make a nice shade. So that will help if you want to be able to get shading with your ballpoint pens. And the last thing is, I mentioned the oil on your hands, like it's great for charcoal. It's really, really, really not good for a ballpoint pen. You're going to want to put like a little sleeve, or I crocheted like a little something to put on my fingers, fingerless gloves, just something so that when this hits the page, it's not rubbing all over it, because wherever you rub, it's probably not going to write over that it's just not going to write over it. It'll act like there is no ink in the pen. So that's my little tips. I hope you'll keep watching. I really am going to try and stay up on working on that ballpoint pen piece I have, and then moving on to the next. Just like I am going to finish the nonfiction book that I'm reading right now, so I can move on to another nonfiction book, because I'm telling myself I have to finish one before I move on to another, because I have a tendency to just get them. So yeah, I have to finish Ministry of Truth. It's really good. If you've read it, please let me know. And I think I said before, when in doubt, get Japanese pens if you want quality. All right, thanks. Bye.